The homeowner holds the ultimate responsibility for ensuring electrical code compliance on their property. This responsibility exists independently of whether a meter reader or an electrician happens to observe the meter or other electrical installations. While a meter reader may, as part of their routine, visually identify readily apparent code violations, and an electrician performing work on the property is ethically bound to point out any observed violations, neither of these actions legally shifts the primary responsibility away from the homeowner. The homeowner has a duty to ensure that their electrical system meets current safety standards as mandated by the National Electrical Code and any applicable local amendments or regulations. This includes, but isn't limited to, proper wiring methods, grounding, overcurrent protection, and the safe installation and maintenance of electrical equipment. Failure to comply with electrical codes can have significant consequences, ranging from fines and mandatory corrections to increased risk of electrical fires and personal injury. It's prudent for homeowners to proactively engage qualified electricians to conduct periodic inspections of their electrical systems, even in the absence of any apparent problems. These inspections can uncover hidden issues that might not be visible to the untrained eye and can help prevent potentially dangerous situations from developing. When an electrician identifies a code violation, they should provide a clear explanation of the issue, its potential consequences, and the recommended corrective actions. The homeowner should then take prompt action to address the violation, engaging a licensed electrician to perform the necessary repairs or upgrades. Simply relying on the observations of a meter reader or assuming that an electrician will automatically identify all potential code violations is not a sufficient approach to ensuring electrical safety. Homeowners should view electrical safety as an ongoing responsibility, taking proactive steps to maintain their electrical systems and ensure compliance with applicable codes. This includes keeping electrical panels accessible, avoiding overloading circuits, and promptly addressing any signs of electrical problems such as flickering lights, burning smells, or sparking outlets. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, is a comprehensive set of standards for the safe installation of electrical wiring and equipment in the United States. It's published by the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA, and is updated every 3 years to reflect the latest advancements in electrical technology and safety practices. While the NEC itself is not law, it is widely adopted by state and local jurisdictions, becoming the basis for their electrical codes. Understanding some key aspects of the NEC can help homeowners better understand their responsibilities and ensure the safety of their electrical systems. Firstly, grounding and bonding are critical for electrical safety. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, allowing overcurrent protection devices such as circuit breakers or fuses to trip and to energize the circuit. Bonding ensures that all metal parts of the electrical system are electrically connected, minimizing the risk of electric shock. The NEC specifies detailed requirements for grounding and bonding, including the size and type of grounding conductors, the methods for connecting to ground electrodes, and the bonding of metal enclosures and equipment. Secondly, overcurrent protection is essential for preventing electrical fires. Circuit breakers and fuses are designed to interrupt the flow of current when it exceeds a safe level, protecting wiring and equipment from overheating and potential damage. The NEC specifies the appropriate size and type of overcurrent protection devices for different circuits, based on the ampacity of the conductors and the characteristics of the loads being served. It's important to never replace a circuit breaker or fuse with one of a higher ampacity, as this can overload the wiring and create a fire hazard. Thirdly, wiring methods must comply with the NEC to ensure safety and reliability. The NEC specifies the types of wiring methods that are permitted for different applications, based on factors such as voltage, amperage, environmental conditions, and the type of building construction. Common wiring methods include non-metallic sheath cable, or NM cable, also known as Romex, which is typically used for residential wiring, and electrical metallic tubing, or IMT, which is often used for commercial and industrial wiring. The NEC also specifies the proper methods for installing wiring, including the spacing of supports, the protection of conductors from physical damage, and the sealing of conduit to prevent the entry of moisture or contaminants. Fourthly, appliance and equipment installations must meet the requirements of the NEC to ensure safe operation. The NEC provides specific requirements for the installation of various types of appliances and equipment, such as lighting fixtures, receptacles, switches, and appliances. These requirements address issues such as grounding, overcurrent protection, ventilation, and clearances from combustible materials. It's important to follow the manufacturer's instructions for installing appliances and equipment, as well as the requirements of the NEC. Fifthly, electrical panels must be properly maintained and accessible. Electrical panels, also known as breaker boxes, contain the circuit breakers or fuses that protect the circuits in a building. The NEC requires that electrical panels be readily accessible and that they be properly labeled to identify the circuits that they serve. It's important to keep electrical panels clear of obstructions and to avoid storing flammable materials near them. Regular maintenance of electrical panels should include checking for loose connections, corrosion, and signs of overheating. Sixthly, renovations and additions must comply with the NEC. When renovating or adding to an existing building, it's important to ensure that the electrical work complies with the current edition of the NEC. This may require upgrading the electrical service, adding new circuits, or replacing existing wiring. It's always best to engage a licensed electrician to perform electrical work during renovations and additions, as they will be familiar with the NEC requirements and can ensure that the work is done safely and correctly. Seventhly, arc fault circuit interrupters, or FSIs, are required in many areas of the home to protect against electrical fires caused by arc faults. Arc faults are dangerous electrical conditions that can occur when insulation on wiring becomes damaged or deteriorated, creating a path for current to leak to ground. FSIs are designed to detect arc faults and interrupt the circuit, preventing a fire from starting. The NEC requires FSIs to be installed in bedrooms, living rooms, dining rooms, and other areas of the home where arc faults are most likely to occur. Eighthly, ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, are required in areas where there is a risk of electric shock, such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor locations. GFCIs are designed to detect ground faults, which occur when current leaks to ground through a person's body. GFCIs interrupt the circuit very quickly, preventing a serious electric shock. The NEC requires GFCIs to be installed in all bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor locations, as well as other areas where there is a risk of electric shock. Ninthly, surge protection devices, or SPDs, can help protect electronic equipment from damage caused by power surges. Power surges are sudden increases in voltage that can damage sensitive electronic equipment such as computers, televisions, and appliances. SPD are designed to divert excess voltage away from electronic equipment, protecting them from damage. The NEC recommends the use of SPD in residential and commercial buildings. Tenthly, aluminum wiring requires special consideration. Aluminum wiring was used in many homes built in the 1960s and 1970s. Aluminum wiring can become loose at connections, leading to overheating and potential fire hazards. If a home has aluminum wiring, it's important to have it inspected by a qualified electrician. The electrician may recommend replacing the aluminum wiring with copper wiring or installing special connectors that are designed for use with aluminum wiring. In addition to these key aspects of the NEC, there are many other requirements that homeowners should be aware of. It's always best to consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that electrical systems comply with all applicable codes and regulations. The homeowner must understand the responsibility for maintaining electrical systems in a safe operating condition and in compliance with the prevailing electrical codes. Meter readers are primarily focused on obtaining accurate readings for billing purposes. Their role does not typically include in-depth electrical inspections, and they are not necessarily qualified to identify all potential code violations. While they may report obvious hazards, such as exposed wires or damaged equipment, their observation should not be considered a substitute for a professional electrical inspection. Electricians who are called to perform specific tasks, such as installing a new outlet or repairing a faulty appliance, have a professional obligation to identify and report any code violations that they observe while performing their work. However, their responsibility is generally limited to the scope of the work that they were hired to perform. They are not typically required to conduct a comprehensive inspection of the entire electrical system unless specifically requested to do so. Therefore, the homeowner must be proactive in ensuring the safety and code compliance of their electrical system. This includes scheduling periodic inspections by a qualified electrician, addressing any identified code violations promptly, and being aware of the potential hazards associated with electricity. By taking these steps, homeowners can protect themselves, their families, and their property from the dangers of electrical fires and shocks. It's not permissible to make modifications or repairs to an electrical system if not qualified and licensed to do so. The NEC provides tables for proper wire sizing depending on the ampacity of the circuit. For example, Table 310.15. B16 typically outlines the allowable ampacities of insulated conductors rated up to 600 volts, not more than 3 conductors in a raceway or cable or earth buried directly. This table will assist in determining the appropriate wire gauge for a given circuit based on its ampacity. Remember, proper wire sizing is crucial to prevent overheating and potential fire hazards. Overcurrent protection devices like circuit breakers and fuses play a vital role in electrical safety. They are designed to interrupt the flow of current when it exceeds a safe level, protecting wiring and equipment from damage. It's essential to use the correct size circuit breaker or fuse for each circuit as specified by the NEC. Replacing a breaker with one of a higher amperage can overload the wiring and create a dangerous situation. Additionally, FSIs and GFCIs are crucial safety devices that protect against electrical fires and shocks. FSIs detect arc faults, while GFCIs detect ground faults. Understanding where these devices are required by the NEC is crucial for ensuring electrical safety in a home. For example, GFCIs are generally required in bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor areas, while FSIs are often required in bedrooms and living areas. Regular maintenance of electrical systems is paramount. This includes checking for loose connections, damaged wiring, and signs of overheating. Faulty wiring should be promptly addressed by a qualified electrician. Neglecting maintenance can lead to hazardous conditions and increase the risk of electrical fires or shocks. If you're unsure about any aspect of your electrical system, it's always best to consult a qualified electrician. They can provide expert advice, perform inspections, and make any necessary repairs or upgrades to ensure that your electrical system is safe and compliant with all applicable codes. Never attempt to perform electrical work yourself unless you are properly trained and licensed to do so. Electricity can be dangerous, and improper work can lead to serious injury or even death. The NEC is a comprehensive document, and understanding its requirements can be challenging. However, by taking the time to learn about electrical safety and code compliance, homeowners can play a proactive role in protecting their homes and families from electrical hazards.